She's pretty silly. We were just sitting there in quite intense rehearsals because the director's from the British theatre and takes these things very seriously.
I threw a lot of fruit at him to the point that we became a fruitless environment because he couldn't take it.
I'll regret this forever.
Julia Roberts has spent decades as one of Hollywood's most beloved stars. But behind the glittering reputation lies tension with several co-stars that no one saw coming. From bitter disagreements to moments that left her fuming, these 6 actors are at the center of some of her most notorious feuds. What could spark such animosity from Hollywood's sweetheart? Let's find out. Before we move on, I will like you to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Number 1. Nick Nolte. Julia Roberts and Nick Nolte's pairing in the 1994 romantic comedy I Love Trouble may have promised on-screen charm, but the reality behind the scenes was anything but romantic. From the very start of production, rumors swirled about clashing personalities. Roberts, known for her sharp wit and professionalism, reportedly found Nolte's behavior intolerable. Nolte, famous for his roguish appeal, wasn't one to back down either, and their disagreements quickly escalated into full-blown hostility. Reports from the set painted a chaotic picture. The tension grew so intense that they eventually refused to film scenes together, forcing the production team to use stand-ins and clever editing to make it appear as if they shared the screen. Roberts didn't hide her feelings, famously describing Nolte as completely disgusting during an interview, a comment that remains one of the most pointed public insults of her career. Nolte didn't stay quiet, firing back in his own interviews with remarks that hinted at mutual disdain. The off-camera feud soon overshadowed the film itself, with critics and fans alike focusing more on their animosity than the storyline. Their public fallout became a defining example of how personal clashes can bleed into a professional environment, creating lasting ripples in Hollywood lore. Number 2. Hugh Grant. When Notting Hill hit theaters in 1999, the chemistry between Julia Roberts and Hugh Grant lit up the screen. Julia's portrayal of a world-famous actress falling for a charming, bumbling bookstore owner played by Hugh made the film an instant classic. But off-camera, the dynamic between them was much less warm. In what would become a surprising public jab, Hugh Grant famously referred to Julia's smile, one of her most iconic features, as being accompanied by a very big mouth. It was a small comment, but that kind of critique doesn't go unnoticed, especially when aimed at someone so firmly rooted in the public's adoration. Julia reportedly didn't take the quip in stride, finding Hugh's wit more grating than endearing. Sources from the production mentioned that his tendency to tease along with his dry humor made him annoying in her eyes. For fans expecting their off-screen rapport to mirror the magic of the film, it was a stark reminder of how appearances can be deceiving in Hollywood. But why did such a simple joke seem to stick? The pressure of maintaining a polished image in the film industry could have made Hugh's casual remark feel more personal. For Julia, this tension exposed how much can hide behind an on-screen romance. Number 3. Rupert Graves. In the early 1990s, Julia Roberts and Rupert Graves shared the screen in what many hoped would be a memorable collaboration. However, their time on set was marked by friction rather than camaraderie. While specifics are hard to pin down, whispers from insiders suggest that Roberts, already a rising star with firm opinions, wasn't shy about voicing her thoughts on Rupert's acting style. Her criticism, though never publicly detailed, reportedly created a wedge between the two. Graves, known for his work in theater and a more understated approach to acting, clashed with Roberts' big screen experience and perhaps her belief in a more polished style. Their differing methods reportedly created an uncomfortable set dynamic. Imagine two actors pulling in opposite directions, neither fully able to align with the other's rhythm. For Graves, perhaps this was a reflection of Roberts' growing influence as a bankable Hollywood name. For Roberts, this might have been frustration with what she felt wasn't meeting her standard. Whatever the exact details, their tensions didn't go unnoticed by the surrounding cast and crew. Ultimately, this difficult working relationship painted Roberts as someone who expected a precise level of collaboration. It also added to the growing narrative that she wasn't afraid to be selective when it came to her co-stars. Number 4. Colin Furth. Julia Roberts and Colin Furth may have shared the spotlight in the critically acclaimed The English Patient, but their off-camera connection was more refined than friendly. While the film dazzled audiences with its sweeping romance and historical depth, any hint of warmth between Roberts and Furth behind the scenes seemed to lack the same spark. Even though both actors were known for their professionalism, reports suggest their personalities didn't quite align. Roberts' background in Hollywood blockbusters contrasted with Furth's more understated, perhaps even studious studious approach to his craft. She reportedly found his demeanor overly serious, which created a sense of distance between them. For an actor like Furth, who has always leaned into preparation and quiet focus, this could have felt more like a natural part of his process. But for Roberts, who had already built a reputation for a charismatic and lighter touch both on screen and off, his intensity may have been at odds with her preferred working environment. Their working relationship seemed to highlight how even small differences in personality or preparation can form a gap. It wasn't an explosive feud, but rather an understated reminder that not all co-star dynamics translate smoothly. For Roberts, pairing with Colin reinforced her selective standards for collaborators. Number 5, Shaun Bean. Shaun Bean's reputation as an intense, method-driven actor precedes him. Known for fully immersing himself into his characters, Bean often stays in the emotional state of his role even when cameras aren't rolling. This dedication has earned him critical praise. But for Julia Roberts, it reportedly made their collaboration far more challenging. The clash in their working styles became a noticeable source of tension on set. Julia, who thrives in a lighter, more adaptable environment, was reportedly overwhelmed by Bean's unwavering intensity. While he remained locked into his method, embodying his character at all times, Roberts found his approach challenging to navigate. The constant weight of his performance could have felt isolating or even stifling, especially for an actress who tends to embrace a more open and relaxed on-set dynamic. This kind of differing energy often leaves little room for the fluid chemistry that fuels an on-screen partnership. Working with method actors like Shaun Bean requires compromise, but when methods are vastly different, friction is almost inevitable. For Roberts, this experience added another layer to her selectivity in choosing collaborators. Her preference for ease and mutual compatibility exemplifies how important emotional balance is, even in the high-stakes world of Hollywood filmmaking. Number 6, Ralph Fiennes. When Julia Roberts signed on to star alongside Ralph Fiennes in The English Patient, both actors brought established reputations and distinct approaches to the film. Fiennes, known for his intense, methodical preparation, fully immersed himself in character development, often blurring the line between the actor and the role. Roberts, whose style leaned on spontaneity and adaptability, reportedly struggled to connect with Fiennes' deeply cerebral process. The result? A quiet but undeniable tension on set. Roberts allegedly found Fiennes' commitment to character exploration at odds with her own instincts as a performer. Moments arose where their stylistic differences became evident, particularly during scenes requiring emotional nuance. On a production as intricate and layered as The English Patient, even small creative disagreements could ripple through the cast and crew. While neither actor publicly addressed their friction, insiders hinted that the relationship was purely professional, lacking the personal ease that helps to smooth over differences in collaborative settings. This silent conflict exposed a broader challenge in Hollywood, the delicate balance between artistic vision and professional synergy. For Roberts, the experience may have reinforced the importance of aligning with co-stars who complement her own working style. For Fiennes, it was another testament to his unyielding creative discipline. Even Julia Roberts, often hailed as America's sweetheart, isn't immune to the turmoil of human relationships. Her on-screen charisma tells one story, but behind the cameras lies another, one filled with friction, misaligned personalities, and professional clashes. Each feud reveals a layer of Hollywood few get to see, where creative passion often collides with egos and expectations. It's a reminder that even in an industry built on perfection, conflict is inevitable. What do these stories tell us about the real Julia Roberts? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more Hollywood Deep Dive.